Welcome, everyone, to Thursday night short form improv comedy show, Comedy One Shots. We are Chaotic Good Improv, and I think I might have missed you saying that the music was live when I said hot cocoa. I hope they hear that. But we're here to do some improvisation for you guys. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for spending your time to check us out on the interwebs and be like, you know what? I could use a little dose of something funny. You know, like I could use a little shot of a medicine, if you will, of some comedy. And this is where we're here to provide that. We all have professional doctorates of comedianness. And that's what we are. We've got our PhDs. I don't know what that means. All right, so I'm going to introduce our cast to you guys here tonight. My name is Chris. We've got Ty.
We got Ty.
We've got Melanie.
We got Melanie.
We've got Katie.
Oh, we got Katie.
And the man behind the mysterious microphone, the guy who runs all the bells and pushes all the whistles, is our host master general, our tech wizard, Chad.
Yay.
I'll turn it over to him later because I want to keep talking. So what we're going to be doing here tonight is everything you guys see is going to be made up on the spot. We don't have anything planned. We are going to be needing suggestions from you guys from time to time throughout the show. So anytime one of us introduces a game, and we're going to ask you guys for maybe some sort of category. Might be a person, place, and thing. Could be your favorite breakfast cereal. We don't know yet. We're going to ask that. Just feel free to type it into the chat, whether you're watching us on Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube. And Chad will monitor and will let us know what that suggestion is going to be, and we'll improvise a scene based on that. Also, since we don't know what we're doing, that means tonight's show is going to be the only time it's ever going to exist. That's never going to happen again because we're not smart enough to remember everything we say. Even if we watched it back and memorized it, still wouldn't have the same feel. So you guys are going to be a part of this journey, seeing something for the first and only time it's ever going to exist. And with that, I'm going to turn over to Chad. I'm sure he's got some announcements he'd like to make before we go live. I mean, we are live. Before we start the actual improvisation. So, Chad, do you have anything you want to add?
But it is Halloween. Are we really alive? I don't know.
I
Let me ask on my mysterious microphone, because nobody knows how microphones work.
No, it's magic.
Yeah, at least
Magic
of all me.
Mike.
Exactly. And that's for the after show for our subscribers only. Tune in at that point if you know what I mean. Anyway, all right, let's move along, shall we? All right, as Chris said, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Thank you so much for watching comedy. Hello, especially to Jana Fidgets and Addie Hatter, who have already made themselves known in the chat. Thank you so much. And you know what? Jana Fidgets already has the right idea because they're actually supporting us through bit cheering, as is Eagle Panini. And Addie Hatter did as well. Thank you guys so much, very much so. That is a way that you can financially support your local improv comedians on the internet, no matter where you're at. There was...
that was my fault. It's fine.
I feel like we got an alert from Central Dispatch. Okay, we are dispatching a fire
was
truck.
talking to me.
Exactly.
Sorry.
Oh no, I just hear that in my head all the time. No, but seriously, thank you so much. If you'd like to financially support us, you can do so at twitch.tv/chaoticgoodimprov. Also, Katie Joe just subscribed with Prime, which is a Twitch Prime subscription, which Twitch is a company that is owned by Amazon. So if you have Amazon Prime, and honestly, who doesn't, you can go ahead and support us through a Prime subscription at no extra cost to you. Also, apparently, we have a hype train. So there is that happening right now. All that bit cheering and all that subbing and everything just got us hype train. So thank you so much to everybody who's been contributing for that. And here come more hype. So good job, guys. Keep doing that, and you'll be getting some pretty cool emotes and what have you, and other channel rewards. And no one let me forget, I need to actually add some more emotes. That's been
make sure to add some more emotes.
Yeah, thank you for reminding me of that.
You're welcome.
It'll be more useful later. Anyway, with that being said, if you would also like to support us and get a little something in return, because 'tis the season, and I do mean Halloween, that's when you give everybody gifts, right? Go to chaoticgoodimprov.com, check out our store. You can get shirts, you can get mugs, you can get onesies, you can get all sorts of weird and wonderful things that you can wear. Actually, I challenge you, because it's like literally 3 days and there's no chance in hell any of that's getting to your house by Halloween. But if you do have some CGI improv merch, try to make a Halloween costume out of it. Why not?
Good.
Yeah, I'm going to do so with mine. I'm going to look like Chad, the tech guy from CGI.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
That's a good costume. It's popular this year.
I think
Exactly.
we should all go as Chad, the tech guy.
I won't, but you guys should.
Trust me, it's
Just
yeah.
alone in our living rooms.
No, you'll get mobbed in the street, seriously. So, yes, thank you to Michael Glenn as well for the bit cheering. We
Michael Glenn.
appreciate you. What else is happening? Oh, yes, definitely be sure to catch us on Tuesday nights as well when we do Jackbox games. We really do appreciate that. Also, one other thing that we're going to ask in addition to the suggestions for this evening, none of this is what you call scripted. Like, we don't know what we're going to do except for the games we're going to play.
What you call.
Exactly, what you call it. So what we're going to do is ask you to name this episode of Comedy One Shots that we're doing tonight. So if you hear our actors say something uproariously funny, and you will, go ahead and put that into the chat in quotes. I will be Chaotic Good Improv in the chat. I will put all those into a big old list, and at the end of the evening, we will deliberate over which show title you think would make a great show title, and we will name that episode that show title name that you put into the chat. That was a long, complicated explanation.
It was.
Basically,
And that's the most anyone's ever said show title before.
Exactly, show title. Yeah, go ahead and just put those suggestions in quotes and everything. I'll put them into a list. We'll pick it, and the winner gets to be our best friend. I guess that actually is everything. So before we get way too started, go ahead, take this moment to tell your family and friends that there's improv happening tonight. Get as many people watching as we can because we're about to go into our first games. And for that, I'm going to turn it way back over to Chris.
Way back over. Thank you, Chad. And I'm going to make sure we get some show titles. So make sure
Yes.
you guys put your show titles. We need show titles.
Yeah, we need show
If you hear
titles.
something funny, show titles. All right.
Yeah.
But what we are going to need before you guys decide show titles, the show technically hasn't started yet, but the show title should be show title for tonight. I'm just telling you that. But we need a suggestion of any place, any location. So it could be a room. It can be a room, or like a country, or a city, or a park. It could be anything. Anything. It could be a trunk of a car. Wherever you want it to be. Whatever you want it to be. And we're going to use that to improvise a scene. What's going to happen is Melanie and Katie are going to be improvising based on the suggestion that you give them. But I can say change anytime I want throughout this this game. I'm trying to change my virtual background. I'm talking. I can't do two things at once. And when I say change, whoever just spoke the last line of dialogue will have to change what they just said to something completely different and justify why the new thing they've said is part of the scene. And the old thing they said never existed. It's like a weird do-over. Chad, do we have any suggestions for places or places?
Yes, I believe it is technically a place, but let's go with Russia.
Russia?
Yes, Russia.
Russia. Okay, this scene will have something to do with Russia. You guys can use that as you see fit. That is your suggestion. This game has changed in 3, 2, and 1.
I'm really nervous. I've always wanted to train here.
Well, you should have always wanted to train here. There is no better place than here.
Yes, I know. I mean, I've worked so hard. My parents, they saved for years and years for me to be able to train with you. I mean, you are just a prima of all primas.
Yes, I know. The thing is, I don't know if you understand all that is expected of you here.
Great.
The thing is, your parents bought Groupon, so that is how you are here.
Yes, they did, because we couldn't really afford to come and train with you, Madam Balanchino, and it took everything they had for me to be here. In fact, I'm here all by myself, even though I'm only 12. But don't tell him I lied on everything, my passport, my ticket.
Oh, don't worry. See, Balanchino is not really my name, so I will not hold the lying against. You see, I also am a fan of lying. I lie about many things. The number of husbands I have, for example, you know.
This could be great, because I came here because I'm hoping to get a college scholarship someday. So maybe I came here because I was really hoping to become a Russian citizen and never go back.
Change.
I came here because I've actually never done ballet before. I've run away from home, and I was hoping you would adopt me.
Yes, well, when I said that you had potential to become a famous ballerina, I also was lying then.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, I am pigeon-toed, and I don't even.
Change ailment.
I mean, I have 4 elbows.
Yes,
Which-
I noticed the elbows, and really it is making Swan Lake to look very, goose-like.
Well, I thought it would be more contemporary.
Yes, it is, but in a very bad sort of way. I'm so sorry that I have to tell you this, but
That's okay. I think parents should be honest with their children.
Change.
That's okay. I have taken ownership of my 4 elbows, and I think they're beautiful, and I don't care what anybody thinks.
that is good. I see you have been watching the Brené Brown on the Netflix. It's
Oh.
wonderful.
I love Brené Brown. I think she has 4 of something.
That's it. When she said 4 elbows, I'm like, did she grow up in Chernobyl? Like, what's happening here?
Oh my god.
That was great. Well, our next game, we're trying to make it easy for you. Chris really was trying to throw you for a loop.
No,
And
Chris
is
has
gone.
left me.
Chris is gone. I have a feeling that Chris chugged a Salimo and is just having to run like a few laps to get some of that energy out of him.
So until we hear
yes.
the toilet flush, we're
So-
going to continue.
Chris, did you drink
Welcome
a
back.
Salimo before you started the show?
No.
Oh, okay.
I had a rainbow unicorn.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, there you go. See, that's all you need. That's all you need.
Yeah.
So,
I
I'm
call it
gonna-
unicorn tears, but it's really called rainbow
Wait
unicorn.
for it. He had to go. All right.
I had to let my cat in. She was scratching at the window.
Okay.
So,
Okay, Chris.
Anyway,
No
we're
one
going to
pees
go
that
on to our
fast.
next game here. We're going to make it simple for you. We just need 2 suggestions. The name of the game is called 2 Suggestions because we only need 2 suggestions. They can literally be anything. You can type in words. You can just type random letters and Chad will make them into a word. He's really good at anagrams and things like that. So what we just needed any 2 suggestions whatsoever. Now, as you are typing in those suggestions, we're going to give these 2 suggestions that Chad picks out to Chris and Melanie, and they're just going to make a scene based on those 2 suggestions. There's nothing else going on. It is simple. It's to the point. It's usually very funny. So, Chad, do we have any suggestions? Any of the 2? We need 2 of them. Do we have 1 to start with?
Well, the suggestions are still coming in, but I gotta tell you,
Oh.
I just got a really cute little puppy emoji from the hype train, and really, that's what makes life worthwhile. Honestly,
It's true.
cute little puppies. I believe it is in fact a basset hound. So thank you so much for that.
Well, if you guys are, if you in the audience are still trying to think of words, why don't you tell us what you would name the puppy? What would be a name for
As a word.
that puppy? That puppy.
Pickles.
Puppy.
If it were be
Puppy, puppy.
named an inanimate object, place, or
Yeah.
you
You just name it something. What would you name a puppy? We might not use it. Who knows? Chad's just gonna pick words out at random, probably.
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
we have a suggestion for Grand Canyon.
Grand Canyon, great name for a puppy. This
Man,
is,
look at the size of that dog's butt cheeks, man. That's a Grand Canyon right there.
I don't think we don't use it to describe the puppy, Chris. It's the name of the puppy.
Oh, okay. My bad.
they need to meet a certain Irish puppy that I've got.
Man, that's a thick
Hi.
puppy.
It's got
Right.
potato balls.
Irish famine balls.
We've lost it.
And scene. All right, so if you want to introduce our next game,
No,
we have Grand Canyon.
and the name suggestion is George.
George. Okay, so this has something to do with Grand Canyon and George. Whatever
Okay.
that means to them, we'll find out. So this is just, again, simple 2 suggestions. They're going to make a whole scene based somewhat on, or somehow on, Grand Canyon and George. In 3, 2, 1.
I told that damn monkey. Curiosity gonna kill him. Now he's lost in this big ass pit, and we gotta find him.
You mean he went down into the George?
He did. Yes, he did. That monkey went into the George. That's a big George. That's a Valley George.
It's a huge George. There's a river down there, and he's a tiny little monkey. What the hell was he thinking?
I don't know. I didn't bring any fruits or vegetables that he might be amenable to eating. So we might have to just suck it up and trudge on down there and down to George.
You know what? He's gonna need a diaper change. He's been humanized, and he did not like being in a wet diaper. So
No.
maybe if we just wave our diapers around.
Hold on a second. Have you just looked around? I mean, it's gorgeous out here. It's beautiful.
You know what, George? It is George's.
It is.
Is that why you brought me here?
Yeah, I just made up the whole monkey thing. I didn't lose a monkey. I just you know what my monkey was? It's symbolic for my bachelorhood. I lost it here because I want to be with you for the rest of my life.
You lost your bachelorhood? Who'd
Well,
you lose
that's
it?
it's
Who'd you lose
symbolic.
it to?
It's symbolic. It's symbolic, honey. What I mean by lost it is I mean I gained you as a partner, so I don't need to be a bachelor no more.
Okay.
That's the monkey.
Because you lost that to me. I remember that night.
Yeah, well, that's different. That was my virginity.
Oh, well, but also it was your bachelorhood because
That's
once
true.
you lost your virginity, you're mine.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I was wondering maybe if since it's so gorgeous out here and we can climb down this George, and once we get to the bottom, if maybe we could camp out there because I have a question I mean to be springing on you later.
Oh.
Don't get excited. It's not what you think it is. Well, okay, it might be.
George. Son.
Yes. Oh, you used my full name. Uh-oh.
I used all of your names because I cannot believe that this day has finally come. Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to call my mama. I'm going to have to say, Mama, you never thought Georgina would get married, but she is. She's going to be Georgina Georgeson.
Yes. That's what you'll be called if we do the traditional thing where you take my last name. Now we don't have to. You know, I'm a new millennial sort of guy. You know, like we can do it your way or my way or no way. We could just keep the status quo.
And scene. See, folks, this is what happens when you learn how to do improv. You don't think about what you're about to say at all, and it's fun. It's fun.
Yes.
You had me with the gorge being the George, and I was like, "That's brilliant."
He went in the George.
Yeah.
All right.
It's gorgeous out here.
It's George's George Georgeson.
Oh man.
George
So
Georgeson.
Zoom meeting. So I guess we got to go away.
Yeah, I got this. By the way, I was waiting for you to pop the question. Both of y'all be engorged. Right, I'm going to go ahead and mute y'all, and then, everybody say bye, cast after that.
It's about to get inappropriate.
All right, just to say bye. All right, so let's go ahead and Okay, guys. Yes, you lost audio because I accidentally muted myself. So let's try this one more time. You can hear me. I cannot, or they cannot hear me. It's just me at this point. Hi, guys. We're going to do a chaotic Zoom meeting. Now, some of y'all already know what this is. Basically, go ahead and put into the chat any kind of job, any kind of club, any kind of organization. Thank you. Any kind of organization. Put them all in there. So that we can assign them to our actors and they will represent the different organizations that you put into the chat. I will assign them in secret so nobody knows who the others are working for. Also put into the chat a some kind of problem that that an office would want to solve. Nothing major, nothing like a really dire problem you would go to HR for, but just something... yeah, just something that you would, want to solve or what have you. And basically, we're going to go ahead and have our cast try to solve it as their different jobs that they will be representing or different organizations or what have you. So go ahead and just drop all that in the chat. I know it's a lot to ask for, but believe me, it is worth it. Facebook has suggested pirate, so tell you what, we're going to go ahead and try, let's see here. I think that Ty would actually make a great pirate. So why not? So Ty will be a pirate. Cool. Let's see here. Neighborhood walking tours. Yes, that has Melanie all over it. All right. Fanfic club. Yes. Oh, that would be amazing, actually. Fanfic club. You know what? I'm going to give that one to, Katie. And finally, to, Chris, I'm going to give a meeting of florist. So, basically like, Florist Club. We'll do that. Yeah, just to keep it simple. Alright, so, to recap, Ty will be a pirate, Melanie will be a neighborhood walking tour guide, Katie will be part of a fanfiction club, and Chris will be part of a florist club. Also, we need just a little problem, just a minor problem, a minor office annoyance that we need these guys to fix. Let's see here. Alright, anyone with a problem? If not, I can try to pull one from like a previous thing. Let's see what we have. See what we have here. Going once, going twice. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna... Oh, clogged toilets. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Alright, we'll go with that. Alright, we'll go ahead and start to bring back our audio, or our cast real quick. Okay, everyone, we're going to go ahead and start to bring y'all back in after I had to, fix a self-made technical difficulty. So we'll bring you back in 3, 2, and 1. Your audio is now live, everybody. Okay, does everyone have their assignments?
Yes.
Yes.
Team, we have a problem. The toilets in the office are clogged, and we need you to fix it. So I call this chaotic Zoom meeting to order in 3, 2, and 1.
All right, look here. We need to figure this out because we can't keep clogging them up. We're never going to get to our destination if we keep clogging them up.
Well, and
True.
that's why we're walking. That's why I like to stay outside. It's a beautiful day, and I like to just,
It is.
stay
Yes.
outside. People need to use a bush. People need to use a shrub. People can grab a leaf.
Well, I'd like to point out that the first rule is that we don't talk about bushes or shrubs. We don't want to know about it because late at night when we come here to use this office for what we do, with each other's roses and daisies and stuff, is we need toilets, so we need to unclog them.
Look, I just want to put a point out there. We can be barbarians if we want to. All right, but we're all stuck out here for months and years at a time. Let's leave everyone's personal hygiene out of it, okay?
Well, see, I feel like that's where the author made a mistake. Like, really, I thought there should have been more personal hygiene. So, in my version, there is a lot of personal hygiene, if you know what I'm talking about.
Look,
I-
go ahead. Okay, I was just gonna say if you wouldn't mind reading. This is my personal work journal. I make notes on it. I am Joe's garden hoe.
I like that. I could work
am
with
Joe's
that.
bottle of Miracle Grow. I am Joe's pruners. I weed Joe's yard. I want to put that out there. That's how I feel on the inside.
All right, look, I'm not trying to point fingers to anyone. All right. I'm not trying to accuse anyone, but if you're holding back on some information on this map here, if you got yourself a riddle, and we need to work as a team to get this because we split it. All right, we split everything, and if you're gonna work against us, we might have to dispose of you.
We do have to work as a team, and we need to stay together. I cannot afford to lose anyone. You know, I'm responsible for so many people who want to see this beautiful city, and they don't really care where do they go to the bathroom. I have a sort of a rule against allowing geriatrics on the tour because I don't really have time to stop at a bathroom. But as I said, bushes are fine. I know you don't like to mention them, but they're fine to use in an emergency.
Now, I don't mind mentioning them. We just don't want to mention them to people who aren't a part of what it is that we do.
That's fair.
And I'll whack you with a bush.
I honestly think geriatrics hold us back. I think we should just let all the geriatrics overboard. Let them try to make it on their own. You know, send them to Davy Jones' locker.
Oh my God, yes.
Plus it's
agree.
less-
And they
less
don't
mouths to
tip.
feed.
They never tip.
See,
Well-
this is
They can't
why
hear.
I wrote them out in my personal version because I thought they were sort of, they were sort of extra to the plot. Like we didn't need
Mhm.
any of that. I wanted to focus on,
Look,
Well, I mean,
I'm starting to get suspicious of you guys because if one of you's hiding riddles from us that may help us solve the map, and one of you is writing your own map, all right? Look, if we're going to find this treasure, we've got to work together. If we're keeping things from each other, I might as well just shoot you right here.
Now, I guess maybe we misinterpreted this. Now, that map that I drew is for anarchy. That map is meant for us to go and plant trees where they don't exist, normally. And really show the man what we're capable of.
Well, the
see,
map
and-
I drew is for profit.
Well, and I
Like that
really
one.
liked the idea of just shooting everyone. That's a nice plot twist that I think could be
Yes.
that could have been what this needed.
Well, we've lost a few people who got a little irate, and that
We have.
is not a situation I can pursue. But I am fine at keeping it sort of the millennials who understand like the pop culture references that I'm incorporating, and they want to take pictures with their phones. Some of these people, these old folks, they don't even know how to pull a phone out of their pocket.
No. And when they do die, they finally get a name. And we give them their personal wreath that they pruned and shaped themselves.
And scene. Oh my god, I love how Chris you did that. That was so good.
So Ty, were you a pirate captain or like a
Yeah, I
Jack
was just a
Sparrow or
pirate.
something?
Yeah, I was a
Okay.
pirate. Yeah, Chris, were you an arborist fight club?
I was Florist Club is what he wrote. And I was like, I'm gonna do this as if it was Fight Club. Florist Club is what he wrote. So I'm like, I'm doing it.
I love
But
it.
you were like taking old people and putting them into trees or something.
Me?
He was an author, like a
Oh, yeah, like a
sort of
book
writer.
Chris. I thought Chris was like
Oh.
turning the arborist that turns old people into trees.
No, I was doing Fight
When they
Club
die?
and Florist
Okay.
at the same time. Yeah, it was a Florist Club. Yeah. And
Florist.
Melanie, you were a tour guide for
Tour
old
guide.
folks? Tour
Yeah.
guide, okay.
No,
And-
just a tour guide that doesn't want to work with old folks.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Hey,
And then
Katie, were you an
just like
author?
a book club?
I was
Like a
I
fan
was
fiction?
yes, fan fiction.
Oh, fantastic. Nice. Nice.
Awesome. That was so silly. All right, so our next game is for Chris and Ty, and I am going to need two professions, very different professions. They can be whatever pops into your head. So we're like perseverating on that. Perseverating
What? That was a big word.
on that. Because what we need is one of these guys, and they can decide amongst themselves, is going to be working a new job, but he's got some carryovers from his old job that sort of like, infect his new profession. So, obviously, having jobs that are very different would be a benefit in this game. So, Chad, do we have just any jobs? Like what do your parents do? What do you do? What do you look out your window and see people doing?
That actually sounds like the perfect opening to a PBS kids show, honestly.
Look out your window. Abner!
Exactly.
All right, what are people doing?
All right. I love this. All right. So we have a veterinarian
Veterinarian?
and a judge.
And a judge. Oh my goodness. Wow, that could really go either way and be a lot of fun. So which one of you guys is going to be the
I'll do it.
All right, Chris, would you like to be a vet who
used
is
to
now
be a judge? Yeah. No, a vet who used to be a judge? Is that what you said?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. That way we don't have to be in a courtroom. Yeah.
Yes.
Courtrooms never work. They never
Introduce
work.
lots of animals. All right. So this is Old Job, New Job with Ty and Chris. Let me just get myself out of the scene without disappearing completely. In 3, 2, and 1.
Thank you so much for
All
seeing us
rise.
such. Me?
You may be seated.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much.
The Honorable Dr. Gitchmer is here to see your animals.
I didn't know how formal this place was. I should have dressed up a little bit more. I'm sorry.
I was going to comment on your attire. When you knew you were coming to the veterinarian's office and that's what you thought you were going to wear?
Well, I'm going to be honest. This is kind of an emergency. I mean, our dog is really sick. And so I just came as I was. I didn't think to spend any time dressing up because our dog's just really sick. And we just wanted you to see her.
Okay, well, that's hearsay. I'm not sure if that's admissible, but I will
Okay.
examine your dog. What exactly occurred?
Well, the dog was gone for like 2 hours in the kitchen. And we think he might have eaten something that was not good because he started throwing up everywhere. And then he started just laying down and panting. So, I mean, we're just really nervous.
Well, I believe you brought a witness to this occurrence.
Well, we brought the dog. I mean, the dog saw it.
The dog would count as a witness.
Okay.
That is admissible in this veterinarian's clinic.
Okay,
so.
good. So yeah, I mean, if you could check him over.
I would like to. Yep, sir. If you could go ahead and hand over the animal to me real quick. I've just got a couple that set that down here now. Sir, could you put your hand on this medical journal, please?
Sure.
And raise your right hand or your left hand, either one.
Oh.
And I can't tell through what we're looking at. Now, do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you, dog.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay, good. Now, what we're going to have to do here is I have seen that this dog definitely suffered from peanut butter asphyxiation.
Peanut butter asphyxiation.
Yes, that's when the dog has too much peanut butter and it goes
man.
down its throat and it asphyxiates a little bit, just a little bit.
Jeez, just a little bit. Well, good. I'm glad it wasn't a lot.
Yeah.
Gosh, I'm glad we're seeing you. So, anything that we can do to help the dog. It
Well,
doesn't- the
yeah.
cost
First
doesn't
thing is,
matter.
what I need a proof of purchase or proof of ownership of this animal. Did you bring any receipts with you here today, sir, to this veterinary clinic?
I have the collar that has my name already etched in the metal.
Yeah, that's hearsay. Anyone could have done that, sir. I need to verify that you are in possession of this animal. This is your property, and you
I
didn't.
feel like
How do I know you
anyone
didn't
could have
steal
printed
it?
a receipt.
That is true. That's true, but it takes a lot more printer ink to
Then
do that.
etching into
So-
a metal. Sure, whatever you want.
Mhm.
Okay, fine. Well, I rescued the dog and brought the dog here for its first visit. Surely you have the
Yeah.
records here.
Yeah. Sir, you're getting a little irate, and what I'm doing is I'm testing you here to see, the validity of this. Now, I studied on, when I was in medical school, there was this famous case. I believe it was under the Dr. Solomon, actually. It was Dr. Solomon, when two people were arguing over the possession of a puppy. And Dr. Solomon offered to cut that puppy in half.
Yeah.
And one of the owners said that would be just fine. The other owner said, no, she can have the puppy. Are you
Okay.
a cut the puppy in half type person, or are you a you can have the puppy type person?
Is this supposed to help the little asphyxiation that's going on?
It is.
I feel
Oh, she's
like-
died already. I couldn't help that. That puppy's
And
dead.
scene. Oh my god.
Oh, dumb.
Well, there goes our perfect score on the website. Does the dog live?
Oh
Further
man.
asphyxiation, that's tough.
Yeah.
It's a tough way to go.
Melanie, you want to introduce
Fun, though.
the horoscope?
Sure. All right. So this is for Katie and Ty. Oh gosh, I need to make sure and get a. So we need a zodiac sign, right? So Chad, if you could get someone out there, maybe it's their birthday coming up, or their birthday is not coming up, and they just want to be it, all about them if they're an Aries. Because we just need a zodiac, and what's going to happen is that I need to. You can easily get the wrong website if you Google. So, I need someone's zodiac sign, because what's going to happen is I'm going to read today's horoscope to these guys, and they're going to base a scene entirely on this horoscope. So, Chad.
Okay, well, as I drop my equipment everywhere, okay, I'm going to pick it because it was misspelled as prices, and I love it. Let's go with Pisces. Why not?
Oh, I love prices.
This is a good prices. Those are good prices.
The Pisces, right?
I'm married to a prices, and at the bottom of this horoscope, you get $10 free or 5% cash back for something. So there you go. All right, October 28th, 2021. You may feel like there's absolutely nowhere to turn. Reality is a scary thing to face. The last thing you want to do is be serious. But you're finding it difficult to get satisfaction from your fantasy world. Your dreams beckon to you, but you're afraid to give in to that temptation because you feel a strong sense of duty to other people and places. Unsure of a relationship? Get an accurate love and romance reading now. That's where you get the $10 free. Just needed to let you know. All right. So enjoy this. This is Horoscope with Katie and Ty in 3, 2, and 1.
It just didn't feel the same.
Yeah, it didn't feel the same for me either.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe we've been doing this for too long. I mean, 25 years is a long time.
Yeah, I think you're right. I just, we don't seem to have the same zest that we used to have, you know?
I mean, I remember when we first started LARPing, and we would, when we went to kill each other, we went for it. I mean, we acted it out. We would hop on a leg if we lost I mean, it just doesn't feel the same. My sword just doesn't hang as high as it used to.
Yeah. Well, and I just have a hard time really getting into, my back. Like, I gotta take so much ibuprofen just to even think about LARPing these days.
It's a whole deal. I mean, and we've missed so many events.
You know what? Jennifer's wedding was last week, and you were supposed to walk her down the aisle.
Yeah, I know. I mean, ever since I killed her dad in a LARPing accident, and she asked me to walk her down the aisle instead, and then guess what? I was LARPing. I lost track of time. I forgot. And now, while I was LARPing, I walked an imaginary woman down an aisle, but not Jennifer.
It was beautiful.
It was beautiful. It was great. Yeah.
Well,
I hear our son's doing great. I hear he's graduating something at some point soon.
He is. He is. You know what? I saw him. You know what? He just got in a car and drove to school last week.
That's amazing.
All by himself. And I don't know who taught him that, but
I didn't.
We are crushing it. He's so successful.
There's no cars in the fantasy realm of the Middle Ages, so it definitely wasn't me. Definitely wasn't me. Yeah. Look, I don't know. Maybe this is giving me a lot of perspective. This is something to think about. I mean, maybe it's time. Maybe it's time we retire our weapons and our armor.
Oh my gosh, I don't know. Like, what? You just gonna hang up your sword and call it a day?
I guess probably. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's time. Maybe my old job will take me back. I haven't been there in 25 years, but maybe they'll still have my spot waiting for me.
Honey, I hate to break it to you, but I don't know if phone books still exist. So
I mean, I'm sure I could sell. I mean, I sold an entire fantasy realm to you, and you bought it, and so I feel
did.
like yeah.
You're right. Okay. If this is really what you want to do, is go back, to working for the man, and
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. I mean, I remember that adventure we had 5 years ago when we killed the king and we took the throne and we've been ruling this land for 5 years.
that was an amazing night.
It was a big moment for us. We spent 20 years under the rule of some imaginary king, and we finally got rid of him. It was such a great time in our lives.
We did. Your sword was magnificent that night.
And scene. Oh, LARPing. Nice.
I don't know what that scene was about, but I didn't want it to end.
No.
I thought,
About
That was good.
I just had to
Two
be
LARP
careful as we're
lovers.
getting into the sword realm.
that was a great opening line,
Are you
and
okay?
that's what sucked me.
Are you sure?
She's dying.
Finish that sentence.
Okay, thumbs up. Thank you. All right.
Got peanut butter asphyxiation.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna drown myself on a live stream. Apparently,
Because
it's
we're all
fine.
too far away to get to you, so that made me panic.
Alrighty, guys. Well, on that note, now that Katie's okay, and don't worry, we all know CPR if anything happens. We're going to move on to kicking Chris out of the running. So everybody say bye, Chris, real quick. That's right, folks. We have enough folks tonight for a Choose a Loser, which is one of our favorite games to play. And what I'm going to need are suggestions of famous people. I don't care if they're real, imaginary. I don't care if they're LARPing characters. Go ahead and put them into the chat. Famous people, real, imagined, or what have you. Go ahead and put them in their fictional characters. People who you would rather they're fictional but they're real. Go ahead and put them all in there, as well as any kind of quirks. Stuff like, maybe Tourette's, but not Tourette's. We see that a lot. Don't do Tourette's or anything involving diarrhea. Go ahead and put those kind of quirks, or maybe some kind of gradual change somebody's going through, or some kind of situation they find themselves in, something quirky. The quirkier, the better, is what I'm saying. So quirky people, quirky things, quirky quirks. Go ahead and put them into the chat, and I'll put them out there, and we'll let our actors decide what they want to do with them. And yes, as I said, it's a plural, quirks. So keep tossing them in there. Even if we're picking them out, go ahead and keep tossing them in, because I will tell you this, sometimes the most brilliant ones are the ones that come in at the very last minute. So toss them in there. You never know when they're going to show up. All right, and what's going to happen is Chris is going to be our eligible bachelor, bachelorette, whatever he decides, and we are going to play a little variation of a certain game of dating that I'm not going to say the name of because, hey, why not copyright, I guess. But yeah, we'll have Chris ask our different contestants questions, and he will have to choose which loser he will go out with. And decide and determine who they are. The thing is, Chris has no idea what we're going to assign these guys, so he'll have to determine from the questions that he asks. He'll do several rounds of it until he decides who these people are. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's fun to play at home too. So just don't try it. We're professionals. All right, so let's see what we have into the chat. I think I have waited long enough, but by all means, keep putting them in. If the lightning strikes, throw it in. We have Zorro. We have Sebastian the Crab. We have Harry Houdini, who has forgotten his axe. We have someone with an aversion to purple. A compulsive hair dryer. All 6 characters in Friends. Luna Lovegood. Buzz Lightyear as a toddler.
Dang.
Yeah, right?
Okay, I think why don't you just pick a few out?
Yeah, I know, right?
This is a lot.
Oh, Janis
I
Joplin
feel
as
a little
well. Okay.
overwhelmed here.
Let's
Janis
see.
Joplin.
Yes. I tell you what. I would kind of like to see... Yeah, I would like to see Zorro as a toddler. Who wants to do that?
Zorro as
Zorro.
a toddler.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll do it since no one else is jumping for it. Why not?
Wielding swords.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be easy to do from Zoom.
Of course it will.
Yeah,
yes.
exactly.
Like,
I know everything about Zorro, so I'm ready
is
for it.
there Janis Joplin with some weird quirk?
A compulsive hair dryer?
A compulsive hair dryer?
Yes. Janis Joplin compulsively drying her hair?
Okay.
Okay, why not? Katie, who's giving me that look like don't you dare. Let's see.
No, that's great.
It's okay. Let's see. We have Sebastian the Crab, Harry Houdini, all 6 characters of Friends, Luna Lovegood, or Buzz Lightyear.
I can do any of those. What's your...
Let's see. How about Buzz Lightyear?
Okay,
That work for you? And
that's perfect.
all right, Buzz Lightyear, who has an aversion to things that are purple.
Oh, he's purple. That's probably
Exactly.
He's kind of purple. Yeah.
like
That's gonna be great. All right, so let's go
Get away
around
from
the.
mirrors.
Yeah. All right, one more time. So, Katie, you are.
I am Buzz Lightyear, who has an aversion to purple.
All right, Ty
I am Zorro as a toddler.
and Melanie.
I am Janis Joplin, obsessed with blow drying my hair.
All right, cool. All right, let's give Chris a universal symbol for putting his earphones back in. Welcome, lucky contestant, to Choose a Loser, the game where there are losers and you have to choose them. You already know how this is played, but why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Well, yes. My name's Veronica, and this is my 14th time on the show. I love it. I've gotten lucky every single time I've been here, and I'm ready to get lucky for a 14th time.
And so has our audience, just from seeing you, Veronica.
Of course they are.
Okay, well, you know how the game is played. I need you to ask questions until you choose your loser.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, contestant number 1. Back in the day, I used to love going to summer camp. I would go every summer, hence the name summer camp. Is there anything that you remember doing growing up that was just like really shaped you and molded you as a person?
Well, back in the Intergalactic Federation, I was a captain, and I found no sign of intelligent life anywhere.
Well, that sounds like a fun thing for a kid to do. Okay, well, that's fun. Okay, now contestant number 2.
Yes.
Now, I used to collect lots of like rocks and stuff. I like
Oh, that's so
shiny.
much fun.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad I got the affirmations from you. Now, my question to you was going to be: did you ever like have any hobbies or stuff to collect things or things that you just like to have?
I like to collect masks. You know, I would have all kinds. I would have masks that just cover my eyes, like
Ooh.
this. You see how that works? Like that, it covers just my eyes, just like this, but I can still see. So it's crazy. So I can see, but it's like still on my face, but it, like it kind of covers my face, but not. So you don't know who I am. So it's kind of like my stuff right over here, my eyes. My mouth is still. You can still see my mouth, but it's just right over here. So I could be wearing the exact same. Right here is where I could be wearing the same clothes here, but right here you can't see. You don't know who I am. I could be anyone.
Yeah, I believe it, and I kind of think you might be anyone. I've never met you, so that's a good start. Okay, now contestant number 3. So I used to really enjoy going to school and learning stuff because I'm like what you call smarts. Now, is there when you were in school, did you like do any extracurriculars, or did you have any favorite subjects that shaped you as a person?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. I used to hang out. Oh, my gosh. Me and Bobby McGee, we used to go out in the smoke yard And I used to love it, especially on a windy day, and it would make my hair just blow, and we would just sing out together and smoke our cigs. This is where I got this voice.
Oh, that sounds like a good subject. Okay, contestant number 1. Now I am I'm what you call old-fashioned in the sense that I'm older and I have good fashion. So if you were going to take me on a date, someplace exciting and like maybe upper class, or you really wanted to show off, what kind of a date would you have planned for us?
Well, I'm not sure if anything in this galaxy is really that great. I'm from a galaxy far, far away. And the thing is, I'm so sorry. I just caught a glimpse of myself here, and this is really this is problematic. My coloring seems to have got this red and blue amalgamation here on my. Oh my gosh. Okay, I gotta. I would take you. The meal would be out of this world. That's all I can say.
Well, if you come from a different galaxy, by definition, it would be out of this world. But thank you for making the trip. I'm just appreciative. Contestant number 2. Now, I mentioned I was old-fashioned. I'm also old-fashioned in other ways.
Oh.
So I'm real.
You're old?
Yes.
You
and
old?
And I have fashion. But you're just. I already said that joke. So I'm old-fashioned though in the sense that, like, let's say that someone I was interested in was also interested in me and they wanted to marry me or something, but they would have to go through my father to ask permission because old-fashioned. How would you go about asking my dad for permission?
Do you have your cootie shot?
I don't understand a word you're saying.
Oh my gosh! Oh, this is so embarrassing for you. Oh my gosh! Can you believe this? Oh my gosh! Don't worry, I can give you your cootie shot right here. Now you have your cootie shot. Oh my gosh! I bet you even kissed, you grosso.
Yes, I am a grosso. That's the Spanish for gross. Yes. Now, contestant number 3. Now, I love it when people buy me gifts and baubles and things and trinkets and presents. If you were going to buy me something that really illustrated how you felt about me, or how you want to feel about me, or how you want me to feel about you, what would that gift be, and like why would you buy it for me?
Well, I don't think I would buy it. I would give it to you. I would just cut it open and I would give you a piece of my heart. You know what I'm saying?
That's gross, but yes.
I would just give you a piece of my heart. And I would just like, you would be just so blown away by it.
Oh, cool.
And you know what? I really like your hair. I think we should go get Brazilians. That's what we should do. I should give you my heart, and then we should just go get a blowout.
Yes. I like where your head's at with Brazilian blowouts. That sounds fun or very dangerous, like if your bicycle tire or something.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Okay, I'm at a loss here, but contestant number 1, I'm going to ask you one final question, and this has to do with the future. So what I was thinking is maybe if you and I were to settle down somewhere, we would choose some romantic place to, like, maybe, settle down. So where do you think that might be? Where's your idyllic location to settle down in the future?
Okay, you're gonna think this is weird. And to
I
be
probably
honest,
will.
when I first saw you, I thought, what a sad, strange little man. But now that we've gotten to know each other, there's this guy, his name is Andy. I think we could go live at his place and be very happy together.
Yes. Yes, we could. We go live with Andy. That's what I was thinking. All right, contestant number 2. If we were to have, like a wedding and get married, and you and I walking down the aisles and stuff, and afterwards we go and have like a honeymoon. What kind of honeymoon do you think we would like? Outside of all the marital stuff, what other kind of things do you think we would do on this honeymoon?
I mean, that sounds pretty cool. I want to go to the moon. That sounds fun to me. I've always thought about that. going to the moon, and I really like honey. So I feel like we could do that. But first, first there's a lot of stuff that we could do. I mean, have you thought about the forts that we could make in the woods together? Come on. There's so many things out there that we can just do. It's amazing. Have you read a book?
I have.
It's crazy. It's hard. It's what? It's just, yeah, I know.
Yes, that makes one of us. Contestant number 3, I've got one final question for you, and that has to do with children. I want to have them, some of them, not sure how many. So my question is to you, how many children do you think maybe you would want to have if we were to have them together? And have you given any thought to what you might want to name some of them?
Oh, yeah. I don't know if I can have them because I've smoked a lot of weed. So they could be weird.
You could be.
But I think I'd like to name one Mercedes.
Oh.
I drive one.
Mhm.
So I thought we could name them after, like you could get an Acura or something.
Yes, they coincidentally already have one. So
Well, you know what? They'd be named after their father.
Yes.
Maybe that's where they're conceived. You know what I'm saying?
oh, you could be. Well, I like where you're headed. Okay.
Okay, well, Veronica, looks like we're facing about 20 FCC fines at this point. So,
I think so.
before we go off the air permanently, it's time for you to choose your loser.
Do I have to?
Absolutely. Applebee's waits for no one.
Okay. Well, I think I don't want contestant number 1.
Oh.
And I also think I don't want contestant number 2.
They look so disappointed.
So contestant number 1 is someone from another galaxy that lives with a person
Named
Rick.
Named
Andy.
Rick. Where'd you get Rick?
From Andy Richter. I had Andy Richter stuck in my head.
Andy.
Oh, Buzz Lightyear.
Andy.
Thank you.
Yes.
There it is. It's written
Okay,
on
good.
a shoe.
For some reason, I was thinking Andy Richter. I'm like, what? Okay, so now, bachelor number 2, or contestant number 2.
Yes.
You are a very immature young, like Antonio Banderas Zorro.
Oh my god, yes!
Wow.
I'm Zorro as a toddler.
Okay, well, I got the Zorro part, but I wasn't sure if, I was like, is this an Antonio Banderas thing? Okay, good. I knew you were like a
Same
baby
thing.
Zorro. Okay, baby Zorro. All right. And contestant number
That
3,
was
I would
good.
definitely take you, as long as we could bring you and Bobby McGee, because are you Janis Joplin, who's smoking a lot of cigarettes?
And obsessed with getting her hair
Blown.
Yes.
Hair blown. All right, cool. All right, but you were Janis
Brazilians,
Joplin?
baby. Yeah.
Okay, nice. All right, cool.
I'll watch her smile and turn away.
Well, then that's it. Oh, well, that's our show. I was sitting there. I was so stuck in my head from trying to think of like Andy who. So,
from
but
another
it
planet.
makes sense. So, thank you guys for watching. That's our show. That was fun. That was a good time. I'd like to thank Ty and Melanie and Katie for playing here tonight. This is your opportunity as well. If you have any last-minute ideas for titles for our show titles, if you will, feel free to type those into the chat now. I'm going to turn it over to Chad for what has become my favorite part of the show, and that is the reading of the title suggestions.
Reading of the
So-
names.
The reading of the names. So, Chad, what do we have for our titles so far?
Okay then, well first of all, I would like to thank everyone who participated in the hype train and the gift subbing and the bit cheering and everything. Thank you so much, Arch Reddish, Jana Fidgets, Michael Glenn, Katie Joe, and Comedy Girly, and Eagle Panini. Thank you all, and Annie Hatter. Thank you all so much for contributing tonight. That really helps grease the wheels of comedy and keeps us funny. So we really do appreciate that. And we appreciate all the suggestions that came in, including the ones I'm about to read for the for the show title tonight. There are some good ones, guys. First of all, we have show title.
Nice.
Hilarious, yes. That's a huge George.
Nice.
It's so Georgeous out here. Joe's Garden Hoe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The first rule is that we don't talk about bushes or shrubs.
Yeah.
Brazilian
Florida's club.
Brazilian blowout. And CPR for Katie.
That's good.
Nice.
That's good. I like that. So if you like any of those titles and you want to vote for one of those, type it in again. That'll count as like an upvote for you. Yeah, this Saturday I don't think we're having a show. I think because all you Halloweenies out there are going to go
Ooh.
Halloween. And but next Tuesday we will be starting a brand new month of Jackbox Games Extraordinaire competition show that we typically have. We could really use some guests to come and play with us. We didn't have any for the month of October, and because of that, I won. I've realized that the months we don't have any audience members come on the show, I can win. Apparently, the audience is my kryptonite. Not really sure, but I got really lucky towards the end of that. So see if I can hold on to the trophy for the Sweepy Trophy for 2 months in a row. I doubt it, but we'll see. And also see if I ever return it, because once I win it, it typically stays here for like 6 months.
Yeah.
So even if I don't win,
I've
yeah. Do we
noticed
have
this.
any final votes for our title?
All right, let me take a look real quick.
If not, what do we want to choose? What do we like?
I like
As a cast.
the Big George.
You know what? Jana Fidgets did point out they did play at the beginning of the month, so there was that.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't remember that.
Audience had like
4
16
points.
points. 4 points.
I
16
don't
points.
remember.
Yeah, 4 points,
You might be
that was
right.
it, yeah.
You might be right.
Somewhere.
You might be
I don't
right. My brain is only about 3 weeks of memory. That's about it.
know. True. It's like a goldfish.
Not
It
enough
is.
RAM.
Hence, the happiest animal, goldfish. 10-second memory.
It's the snack that smiles back.
Be a goldfish.
Goldfish.
Ted Lasso.
My
All right. So, what would you like to be? The George?
I like
George.
the big. It's the biggest George. I like
Big-
that one.
big-
Whatever that
big-
one was.
That's a big George.
That's a big George. Whatever it was.
How about you, Katie? What
Yeah, that's
do you-
great.
Okay.
I like it.
Chad, if we don't have any audience upvotes for any of those titles, I think that's as good as any. How about
All right.
you?
Yep, I am also a fan of the George, so that's a huge George is
All
going
right.
to be our show title.
Ruby, thank you to whoever wrote that suggestion
Oh,
for
I'm
our...
sorry. That
Thank
would,
you.
yeah, let me give credit. That will be Jana Fidgets, actually. So
Jana
thank you, Jana
Fidgets.
Fidgets,
All
who's our best friend for the evening.
Yeah, woohoo. Jana is our best friend for the evening, and sometimes for longer than that, like a day or two.
True.
So, just because you've accrued some interest, and sometimes our friendship, it just, we pay dividends, is what I'm trying to say. Chad, do we have any raids planned for the show?
Absolutely. So we have rated this fellow before, Shadow Temple, who is a gamer and
Sounds nefarious.
instructor and everything. Really fun guy. He actually is playing Resident Evil tonight, and this being the Halloween season, why not? Let's do a little
All right.
Resident Evil 2.
So if you guys can stick around with us so we can show some love to some fellow Twitch streamers while I scratch my shoulder. And we are going to say thank you guys for watching. Thank you for all of your suggestions. Thank you, Chad, for all your magnanimous streaming, and Ty, Katie, Melanie for improvising masterfully. With that, thank you guys, and have a wonderful rest of your night.
Bye, everybody!